This is the second video lecture of data sufficiency chapter. In previous video, we had discussed the introduction of chapter, format of question, format of answer, and important point that we have to keep in our mind while solving the data sufficiency questions. Now in this video, we will discuss how can we solve the data sufficiency question and what is the approach for solving the questions. In this lecture I will discuss three questions. So here is the first question. So the first question is, how is Subham related to Shivani? Now two statements are given, statement 1 and statement 2. So first statement is Subham is brother of Meenal, Shivani is niece of Pooja. And second statement is given, Neeraj is Meenal's uncle and Preeti's brother. So how first we will consider first statement, then we will consider second statement, and we will draw the diagram for both the statements. So how will you draw the diagram for both the statements? So here, so this is the first statement, Subham is brother of Meenal and Shivani is niece of Pooja. So how will you draw Subham is brother of Meenal? So this is the Subham and this is Meenal. So Subham is brother of Meenal. Now Shivani is niece of Pooja. So Shivani is niece of Pooja. That means Shivani is the daughter of Pooja's brother. So first we will draw Pooja. So here is Pooja, here is Pooja's brother, and here is Shivani. So this will be the diagram for first statement. Now from this diagram, what we can say? We can say that there is no direct relation between Subham and Shivani, so we can't find the relation between Subham and Shivani. Now we will check the equation second. So statement second. So statement second is Neeraj is Meenal's uncle and Preeti's brother. So Neeraj is Meenal's uncle. That means Meenal is the daughter of Neeraj's brother. So what we will draw? So how we will draw? So first what we will do? We will draw Neeraj. So here is Neeraj, then here is Neeraj's brother, and this is the Neeraj's brother daughter, that is Meenal. So this is the first part of the question. Now second part in the statement is given Preeti's brother. So Neeraj is Preeti's brother. So here is Neeraj and here is Preeti. So this will be the diagrammatical representation of Neeraj is Meenal uncle and Preeti's brothers. Now what can we say from this diagram? We can't say anything about the diagram because in this diagram Subham is not mentioned, so we can't find the relation between Subham and Shivani. Now what we will do? We will add the equation second and statement first and statement second. So when we will add both the statements, still we can't find the answer. Why? Because there is no relation between the Shivani and Shubham that we can say clearly from both the diagrams. So what will be the answer? So answer will be option E, that is both statement first and statement second are not sufficient to give the answer. So this was the question first. Now question second. So this is the question second. Amit is facing which direction? Now first statement is given, Shikha is facing east direction, and if she turns to her right, she will face Raj. And statement second is given, Amit is facing opposite direction as that of Kiran, who is facing Shikha. Now both the statements are given, and this is the question from the direction sense. Now first we will draw the diagram for statement 1, then we will draw the diagram for statement second, and we will check that these are sufficient to give the answer of the question or not. Okay, now this is the first statement. So first statement, Shikha is facing east direction. So this is the direction diagram. Now east direction, so this is the east direction. So Shikha is facing in east direction. Now if she turns to her right, so if she turns to her right, so what is the meaning of right? Right means 90-degree clockwise direction. So this is the 90-degree clockwise direction. So this is right direction. Now Raj, now she is facing to Raj. So she is facing to Raj. That means Shikha is in which direction? Shikha is facing in south direction. So that is south, and Raj is facing is north direction. So that is north direction. So this is the diagrammatical representation of first statement. Now from the first statements we can't say anything about that because in this statement Amit is not mentioned. Now we will check the statement second. So statement second is Amit is facing opposite direction as that of Kiran, who is facing Sikha. So from this statement again we can't say anything. Why? Because we don't know in which direction Kiran is facing, so we can't find the direction of Amit. Okay, now what we will do, we will add both the equations. So now we are adding both the equations. So when we add both the equation, still we are not able to give the answer of the question, because we don't know when Sikha is facing Kiran, when Sikha is facing east direction or when Sikha is facing right direction. So after adding both the equations we still can't find the answer. So what will be the option? Option E, that is both statement first and second are not sufficient to answer the question. Now question number 3. So this is the question number 3. So question number 3 is, what is the distance between the point P and point Q? So again two statements are given. Statement 1, point R is 10 meter west of point P and point S is 10 meter north to the point P. And statement 2 is point P is 10 meters southeast of point R and point S is 20 meters southwest of point Q. So again what we will do, we will draw the diagram for statement first, then we will draw the diagram for statement second, and we will check that statements are sufficient to give the answer or not. So how will you draw the diagram? So here is the explanation. Now statement first, point R 10 meter west of point P and point S is 10 meter north of point P. Now this is the direction diagram. So from the direction diagram we will draw the diagram. So this is the diagrammatical representation of the first statement. So from this statement we can't say anything about the distance between the P and Q, because Q is not mentioned in this statement. Now statement second. So in statement second, the statement second is point Q is 10 meters southeast of point R and point S is 20 meter northwest of point Q. So again we will use the direction diagram and then we will draw the diagram. So this will be the diagrammatical representation of statement second. So from statement second again we can't find anything, because point P is not mentioned in statement second. Now what we will do, we will add both the statements. So we are adding here both the statements, statement 1 and statement 2. So when you add statement 1 and statement 2, we will get the diagram like this. So this is the point R, so here will be point Q. So this is the point Q. Now this will be the point Q. So here we will add point P and Q. So here we will get a triangle PQR, but still we don't know the angles between the in the triangle. So we don't know the angle between the triangle PQR, so we cannot apply the Pythagoras theorem. So we can't find out the distance between the P and Q after adding both the statements. So what will be the answer? So again the answer will be option E, that is statement 1 and 2 both are not sufficient to answer the question. So these are the three questions, and here I have discussed the procedure of solving the questions. So by using this procedure you can solve the data sufficiency question easily. Thank you.